Good morning to everyone. Good morning to all who are attending this interactive session. I welcome all the parents and the students for this session. As we all know that due to coronavirus pandemic, the state governments across the country temporarily shutting down schools and colleges. As per the present situation, there is an uncertainty when schools and colleges will reopen. But we cannot allow this coronavirus pandemic to affect learning of our students. A key aspect of coping with this coronavirus is to assure that the learning remains a continuous process. And therefore, we need to transform the traditional education system, at least during this lockdown, to virtual classes to ensure learning never stops. And the purpose of this meeting is the same. We can't allow this pandemic to affect the learning of our students. I would also like to extend my warmest wishes to all the students to this beginning of the new academic year. Let me first congratulate to those who attended high grades, as we all know that beginning of something new is always amazing and we all feel the same. Here I am talking about the new academic session. Next year of your life means a lot of changes, and it depends on you that how you make the strategies to overcome the challenges. Being a teacher, I strongly believe and feel that each child is different and unique, and this is the place where a proper shape is given to your future. So, compete with yourself, learn from your mistakes, and try to do the best. Be responsible, be sincere, and be creative. And I wish you this year will be the brightest year of your life. Now, what is the purpose of this interactive session? So, the importance of this class 10th for building the strong foundation for the next academic years. So, let us talk about the importance of class 10th. Now, as we all know that the new academic session 2020-21 has already begun, but students, you still not have involved in the activity learning process as you cannot attend your classes. Under the fear of the coronavirus disease, schools are unable to conduct the classes. At this time, when everyone is suggested to maintain social distancing, students should start self study at their homes. You should understand the value of this time as you have entered an important phase of your academic life. You will appear for your first ever board exam in the next year, that is in 2020. So, to prepare yourself for the upcoming challenges, you should start working hard right from the beginning of the new academic session. And to help you all and to guide you until the schools will reopen, we have planned a great online session for you. So I am going to give you the details of everything. But before that, let us see what is the importance of class 10th. Now, the parents and the students, it is for both of you. So, first, remember that this is the most important academic year. This is the strong foundation for the next classes, as you are going to give the exams for the 11th standards, for the 12th science, the 12th boards, and then next further for the bachelor degrees, master's degrees, and so on. So don't worry about it, just be calm, don't take tension of it. As we all agree that the class 10 board exam is one of the first and probably the most academic challenge in the academic life of you all students, and considering the current scenario we cannot allow it to hamper the study of you. And you all know that the success of a student in your board exam, it doesn't depend only upon the efforts you put in during the that 1 year. When it comes to the board exams, you are a test of the solid academic foundation of 10 years of education. With this, class 10th will give you the understanding of what you want to become later in your life, as well as if you will see the syllabus of class 10th isn't tuned with the 11th standard. Therefore, it is very important to study hard this year. So, start preparation for the challenges, and I will guarantee you that you will end up with the great success. Now, with this, there are many questions in your mind. Parents are also thinking. There are many questions in your mind also. As a parent, I can understand there are many questions in your mind, and the situation has created a new normal for all of us. Now, how to cope with this new normal is the question that everyone is asking nowadays. You all might be thinking that will education be defined in a different way in the future? Is there a need to learn differently? Will the transition have a positive or negative impact on students and their learning? How should students' knowledge and skills be assessed? How important is school learning? Is it good to cling to the traditional way of learning? And many more questions are there in your mind. But this situation is also going to help us to set new goals and objectives to move forward, and that's the reason we come up with the planning for the next month to solve all the questions in your mind and to help you all. For this, we have planned online sessions. I'll explain in short how we are going to run this program. So, for this, we have made a special online timetable for students of standard 10th. A timetable is a timetable for coordinating the four factors like learner, teacher, time slots, and the room. This timetable is completely learner centered and it is very student friendly. If you will see the time slots, I'll assure the flexibility and I assure you will enjoy the learning. As well as we are going to start this session from 4th of June 2020. In short, I'll explain what would be the students' daily routine. So there are 3 lectures daily. The times are as follows. from 8 to 8:15, that is the prayer time. Then from 8:15 to 9 a.m., the first lecture will be there. Then from 9 to 9:10, there is a break. Again from 9 to 9:10 to 10, there is a second lecture. Then from 10 to 10:10 a.m., again there is a break. Then from 10:10 to 11, there is a third lecture. So this is the daily routine of our students. The class teachers will send you the timetable. Accordingly, follow that timetable. With this, there are many questions in your mind if you will observe the timetable. Why we have included prayer in this session? I personally believe that prayer have a power of creating a pious atmosphere that helps instill certain values such as humility and discipline in the students. Prayer is like a meditation, and meditation is the best thing to happen if practiced by the students. Praying doesn't necessarily mean calling out of God, but it can be perceived as reaching out to each individual's faith. When that becomes sincere, that comes next is optimism. When students pray before starting their day, it is necessary they look forward to the day. Few minutes of prayer can bring that sort of energy which helps people contemplate life and balance what comes forth. Students, you are constantly under pressure, and your young minds need to deal with it positively. So, praying in silence helps to gain the confidence to deal with any negativity in the life. As well as, we have kept a short break of 10 minutes after every lecture. Then, what you can do in these 10 minutes? So, first of all, go and wash your hands for 20 seconds. After that, pause for reflection. That means you can utilize this break to reflect on what you have learned so far in the lecture, as well as you can do the revision what you have covered, as well as you can tidy up your notes, you can make the mind map diagrams, as well as with this there is a weekly test on each Saturday. Purpose of taking this test is to analyze and assess the students learning, as well as there will be interaction with the subject teachers, so you can your doubts with that respective subject teachers. Do not hesitate to ask the doubts. Here we are here to help you only. As well as with this, relax your mind, do meditation, do exercises. With this, I want to tell you that if you don't have textbooks with you, do not worry about it. You will get it on the official site of NCERT. Just go through this site, you will get all the textbooks. So, do attend all the lectures, do not miss a single lecture, and continue your learning. Now, there are certain points you should remember because as virtual classes offers the advantages that you can learn without the travel and associated with loss of time. So for that, follow these certain points which will help to improve your learning. First is attend all the lectures, have paper and pen with you. Then compulsory attendance is there. Do not miss out a single lecture. Then with this, fix a proper place in your house so that to avoid the disturbances. Set out a clear timetable for assignment deadlines. The respective subject teachers will give you the homework, the assignment. So you make a timetable and try to complete that homework. For that, set a deadline. Don't play with cell phone. Keep it at one place while attending the lecture. Complete given assignment and homework in given time. Ask doubts. Do not hesitate. And with this, we are also going to know whether you are completing the given homework or not. Give your feedbacks. Your feedbacks are also welcome. Whether it is positive, negative feedback, do not worry about it. Just share with us. Relax your mind in between. As well as I have said that ebooks are also available. And do not hesitate to ask the questions. What happened in the classroom is you have a fear to ask the questions. You hesitate, right? So here the technology has given us the advantage that we can connect with each other one to one, and therefore ask your doubts directly and don't hesitate at all. Now, as I'm your science teacher, I would like to tell you the curriculum of the 10th standard, as well as I'm going to tell you the syllabus, the paper pattern, and everything, as well as I'm going to give you some tips for study. So let us first understand what is science. Science consists of observing the world by watching, listening, observing, and recording. Science is curiosity in thoughtful action about the world and how it behaves. So I can say that anyone can become the scientist. With this, we all agree that science is everywhere. You students, you ride to the school on a bus, and in that instance alone, there are many examples of technology based on the scientific method. The school bus is a product of many areas of science and technology, including mechanical engineering and innovation. The systems of roads, lights, sidewalks, and other infrastructure are carefully designed by civil engineers and planners. The smartphone in your hand is a miracle of modern computer engineering. Outside the window, if you will see, trees turn sunlight into stored energy and create the oxygen which we need to survive. So, whether natural or human derived, every aspect of your life is filled with science. From your own internal biology to the flat screen TV in your living room. So, we can say that science means to know, knowledge gained through the experiences, accumulated body of knowledge of the physical or material world through observation or experimentation. So we are going to perform many experiments. Based on that, you are going to observe the things and you are going to build the knowledge. After that, facts or principles gained by systematic study, for example, the law of gravity, right? So, science plays a very important role in our life, and because of that, we need to study science. Now, for you, the science, if you will look at your textbook, the whole textbook is divided into some parts. Like you have some chapters from the chemistry, you have some chapters from the physics, some are from the biology, and some are from the environmental science. Before that, we'll see what is the importance of science at your secondary stage. So, at the secondary stage, you all students, you are going to engage in learning science as a composite discipline, in working with hands and tools to design more advanced technological modules than at the upper primary stage, and in activities and analysis on issues surrounding environment and health. Systematic experimentations as a tool to discover, verify theoretical principles, and working on locally significant projects involving science and technology are to be important part of this curriculum. It is also important because science builds some skills like critical thinking, problem solving. You can build all these skills through the science only. And that's why science is very important at the secondary stage. Now, let us see the unit wise weightage of the chapters which are there in your textbook. Before that, let us see some general instructions. These are the instructions which are given by the CBSE board. So, there will be an annual examination based on the entire syllabus. The annual examination will be of 80 marks and 20 marks weightage shall be for your internal assessment. So, let us see first how is your internal assessment marks are distributed. So for the internal assessment, total 20 marks are there, and this is divided into the three categories. First category is periodic assessment. Overall 10 marks are there, and again there is a distribution of 5 marks. So first 5 marks based on the periodic test which is conducted by the school, and the average of the best two tests is going to taken, and that will be a weightage of 5 marks towards your final result. For another 5 marks, it may include like short test, oral test, quiz, concept map, projects, posters, presentation, and inquiry based scientific investigations, etc. This will also have a weightage of 5 marks towards the final result. With this, you are going to have practical and laboratory work, which is going to have 5 marks. Practicals are very important, right? These practicals should be done throughout the year, and the students, you should maintain the record of the same. Practical assessment, it is a continuous, and there will be a weightage of 5 marks towards this final result. The main purpose of practical work is to activate you all, adding you to develop many important skills. In fact, practical work can support learning in a variety of ways, ranging from personal learning and thinking skills to how science work. The overriding principle, however, is to make link between the concrete and the abstract world. So, in all, practical carries 5 marks and it is most important. Then, next is portfolio, and this is to be prepared by you all students. It has 5 marks. This may include the classwork or the other sample of students' work, and this carry a weightage of 5 marks towards your final result. So, don't take the internal assessment lightly. it is as important as your 80 marks paper. Then let's see how these 80 marks are distributed. How is the design of the annual question paper? So there are three sections: section A, section B, and section C. Let us see the number of questions asked in each session and the weightage of the session. So section A, total number of questions to be asked are 20. Each question is carrying a 1 mark. So the total weightage is of 20 marks. Section B, total number of questions to be asked are 10. Each question carries 3 marks and the weightage for this section is of 30 marks. Then section C, total 6 questions are there. Each question is carrying a 5 marks. So overall 30 marks of weightage for section C. So total number of questions to be asked are 36 and it carries a total weightage of 80 marks. Now let's see in detail the question paper design. What kinds of question can be asked? So overall the questions are divided into 5 categories, and the typology of the questions are remembering, understanding, apply, analyzing and evaluating and creating. So this is a board examination theory paper. It is of 80 marks and the duration for this paper is of 3 hours. Now, based on the remembering, the types of questions can be asked like objective type, short answer and the long answer. As we have already seen, objectives will carry 20 marks. Short answers will have a marks of 30 and long answer questions for 30 marks. So first, based on remembering 7 objectives, then 2 short answers and 1 long answer, total carrying 22.5% out of your 100%. Now in this, the question can be asked on the memory basis, like exhibit memory of previously learned material by recalling the facts, terms, basic concept and the answers. Second is understanding. So here demonstrate understanding of facts and ideas by organizing, comparing, translating, interpreting, giving description and stating main ideas. So based on this type, 4 questions are from objective type, then 2 are from short answers and 2 from the long answers. Total it carry 25% out of 100%. Third category is applying. So here solve problems to new situations by applying acquired knowledge, facts, technique and rules in a different way. So here you are going to really apply your knowledge and facts and the techniques which you have learned. From this, objective will carry 4 marks, short answer 1, long answer 2. So in all 21.25% out of 100%. And fourth is analyzing and evaluating. So here examine and break information into parts by identifying motives or causes, make interference and find evidence to support generations, then present and identify opinions by making judgment about information, validity of ideas, or quality of work based on the set of criterias. So objective types 5 questions, essay 2 questions, and LA 1 question, total weightage of 20 marks. And the last is creating. So compile information together in a different way by combining elements in a new pattern or proposing alternative solutions. So no objective types and 3 short answers questions only, no long answers. It will carry a weightage of 11.25%. So in all, 100% weightage. Now already we have seen that all questions are compulsory. However, the internal choice of 33% would be provided by the board. Then we have seen already the internal assessment. Again, we'll revise it. 20 marks, periodic assessment 5 plus 5, subject enrichment, that means practicals work, 5 marks, and the portfolio is for 5 marks. As well as note this, the objective session would have 10 MCQ. Besides this, the section would have very short answer, assertion, reasoning type questions, etc. Now there is a list of prescribed books which you can follow. Science textbook for class 10th. That is the most important textbook, which is of NCERT publication. Then practical manual book of the NCERT publication and the exemplar of NCERT publications. Believe me, that don't follow any other books. There are various books in the market, but just follow these 3 textbooks only. Here I come up with one sample question paper. So I'll just read out the general instructions and I will just go through this question paper. So the question paper, it comprises 3 sections as we have seen. Attempt all the questions are compulsory. Internal choice is given in each section. All questions in section A are 1 mark question comprising MCQ, very short answer type, and assertion, reasoning type questions. They are to be answered in 1 word or in 1 sentence. Then all questions in section B are 3 marks short answer type questions. These are to be answered in about 50 to 60 words each. All questions in section C are 5 marks long answer type questions. These are to be answered in about 80 to 90 words each. And obviously the total number of questions are 30. So if you will see section wise, the questions are asked and that sub questions are also there. So go through this question paper. Here starts section B, starts section C, and overall 30 paper questions. With this, I want to give you some science preparation general tips. So first is read the NCERT books thoroughly, because many competitive exams are also based on these NCERT books only, textbooks. So do follow this book, read it again and again, and keep revising all the topics on the regular basis. Whatever topic is taught to you, daily you have to revise it, because at the end of you will not get any burden. Then jot down important notes digitally or on the paper. It is very important. Make your own notes. Then avoid studying for hours at a stretch and take adequate breaks in between, because according to human brain we cannot learn beyond 2 hours. So take breaks in between and keep studying. Hydrate well and eat healthy food. Make a list of formulas and a theory in a separate book for easy access and memorization. This will really help you. Prepare a proper timetable and plan a study so that you can follow it on regular basis and keep your answer precise. Many a times it happens you're not going right what answer is required. So try to become habitual, write whatever is important only, as well as start doing smart study. See, don't sit for 6 to 7 hours at a stretch. That is not going to help at all, because I have already said that human brain can't learn beyond 2 hours, right? So, with minimum efforts, do efficient study, right? Do smart work, do smart study. Okay, with this, don't get panic. It is for parents also. Don't take any tension. Study on regular basis. Even it happens during your board exams, there are gaps in between the two papers. If the gap is of 6 days, then what the students do, first 2 3 days they don't study at all, and then from the next they start studying. But you cannot learn in these 2 3 days, so you can do the revision of it. Your result is going to based on your regular studies only. Okay, as well as take care of your health and do the smart work. Here is the unit wise distribution. There are overall 5 units. First unit is chemical substances, nature and its behavior. It has a total weightage of 25 marks. Second, world of living, 23 marks. Then third unit, natural phenomenon, it is of 12 marks. Fourth unit, effects of currents, 13 marks. And fifth unit is the natural resources. It has 7 marks. So total 80 marks are there and 20 marks for the internal exam. So total grand total is of 100. Now these are the units. There are 5 units, but there are subtopics also. Okay. So this is how the total 80 marks are there for your annual written examination. With this, all of us are aware about this current coronavirus pandemic situation. We all are going through it. It is my request to all the parents, don't worry about it. We are here to help you. You can ask your doubts at any times. So here I want to give you some instructions which is to be followed so that it will help to reduce the risk of the coronavirus infection. So remember to wash your hands with soap frequently. After coughing and sneezing, clean your hands before and after caring of sick person, before cooking, after cooking, and before eating food, after using toilet. Now, these are the some basic instructions we can follow at your home to stay safe, to stay fit, and to stay protected from the coronavirus. As well as Avoid traveling if you are suffering from fever and cough. Maintain social distancing. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Share your travel history with health worker. With this, if you have cough, fever or difficulty in breathing, contact a doctor immediately. Stay protected and stay safe from coronavirus. As well as parents, do spend your time with your child. You can do many activities in this time which will make a strong bond between and your child again. So thank you for being here, for attending this session. If you have any doubts, if you have any queries, you are free to ask. You can message me. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. Thank you.